Ladies and gentlemen, gamers, welcome back to the channel. I'll have to be honest with you guys, it's getting harder and harder to use that introduction because we have 0% ladies watching this channel according to YouTube analytics. It's 100% gentlemen, but you guys are scholars and gamers of the highest order because we play real-time strategy. We are the PC master race. There's no one else out there. It's not the FPS gamers. It's not the MOBA players. It's definitely not the mobile gamers. Sorry. It's all the mobile gamers out there. It's the real-time strategy community. And it's been a minute since we got to talk about the development of COH3. But Relic just dropped this one-year anniversary update and blog post. So let's go ahead and take it from the top. This month marks the first anniversary for Company of Heroes 3 on PC. And we plan to celebrate in style. Today we break down everything happening in the weeks ahead to mark the occasion. So PC update, our year 1 anniversary update 1.5 is scheduled to be released on Tuesday, February 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It wouldn't be an anniversary if we didn't look back on the franchise's history. And in that spirit, we have reimagined and updated several classic Company of Heroes maps from both Company of Heroes 1 and 2. So wow, okay, if I'm reading this right, they've taken 5 maps from COH1 and COH2 and reimagined and recreated them for COH3, which would be incredible. So that's 5 maps that we probably know and love coming to COH3 with I'm assuming adjustments that will make them more viable for COH3. Of course, it's a different game, so you can't necessarily translate them one-to-one. But very interesting. I'm really excited about that. We'll share more details on which 5 classic maps plus 2 co-op variants you can look forward to very soon. These will also include the first 2 community-made maps in the official map pool. So I don't know if those 2 maps are part of the 5 classic maps, but we're either getting 5 maps or 7. So I assume it's 7. So 2 community-made maps and 2 classic maps from the franchise. That's 7 maps for 1.5. If that's the case, that is incredible. I mean, we're getting a huge influx of maps. And guys, in RTS games, sometimes even more than balance, maps are the determining factor in how games are played and how the balance unfolds. Of course, you need both gameplay balance and maps and map adjustments and so forth. But in RTS games, more than any other genre, in my opinion, maps are very important. So I'm really happy to see that. Let's continue on here. Need a glow up for your player profile. This update will introduce new profile customization, which will allow players to personalize their profile appearance and stand out from others before heading into combat. Okay, so I think this is something that was hotly requested. COH2 had a pretty cool system. I don't know how you guys feel about the bulletin system in COH2 with the added perks. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on that from any COH2 veterans. I personally did not mind the bulletins, being able to customize my army slightly with, slight little buffs and bonuses. I thought that was cool. I can see how that could be problematic for balance in some areas, but I would love to hear your opinion on that. In terms of the aesthetic profile customization, I think it's a great idea. I'm really curious to see what they decide to do with that. But it is very fun to be able to add your own kind of characterization and customization and go into a match with your own flair, right? Especially if it's a historical World War II reference, I think that's cool. Players can show like their love and appreciation for certain battles or historical events and so forth. I hope it's historical, and I hope the skins that come into the game are also historical. I don't care so much for random skins. I want some stuff that is resembling the history of the war and the combat and so forth. So very cool to see some added customization coming to the game. Of course, we can only speculate so much on this. We have to wait and see. Just a couple more weeks here. But continuing on, the year 1 anniversary update will also include multiplayer balance adjustments, some slight changes to a few existing battle groups, plus an experimental call-in change, which we'll keep secret until our balance live stream. Details below. So an experimental call-in change. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to speak for Elpern, but Elpern is one of the top players in the entire community. And I think Elpern has been pretty vocal about not liking the call-ins. I don't know Orange Pest's opinion on them and so forth, but I think a lot of the top players for quite a while have been opposed to just a prevalence of call-ins, like just a high amount of them. In COH1, they were, I think, a lot more expensive, so having call-ins was not as problematic because they did not necessarily replace the standard stock army and faction. So an experimental call-in change, that's very general and vague, but I'm all for it. I think this word experimental means that they're willing to try it and then revert it back if it's not well received. I like that. I think that's a great thing, especially early on in the game's history and development. I think we should have more of this. Really excited to see what that is going to look like. There's a lot of different ways they can go. They could lock call-ins behind tech, so really requiring and forcing you to purchase the actual tech, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, whatever tier it is, before being able to call in that unit. They can totally adjust the pricing and standardize that across every faction and call in, or something even more different. I don't know, but I'm very curious to see what this is. You can learn more in the coming days as we'll be sharing several sneak peeks from the update. Be sure to keep an eye on our social channels, so Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Twitter X, of course, it's X now. Live streams. As with all our updates, we'll be hosting a deep dive overview of all the changes and new content players can expect with our development team. We'll follow this up with a granular discussion with the Balance team as we review the patch notes the morning of the update. Mark your calendars and catch it all on our official Twitch page. Very exciting. A year 1 anniversary update deep dive. So Thursday, February 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to get a deep dive like we have in the past, over the past year, plus a teaser for what's to come in the 1.6 update. So it looks like, of course, they're planning ahead, something pretty big in 1.6. Year 1 update balance discussion, Tuesday, February 27th at 10 a.m. So this is the day of release of 1.5. We're going to actually get an update on balance. And I'm really expecting, guys, this to be a really big balance update compared to the previous, right? So I'm really expecting, Steel Shepherd was, of course, the first content push in the game, relatively small, 2 battle groups, a rework to, pretty much all the game files. We had the graphic redesign and a lot of changes. It was a really good update. But in terms of balance, I was kind of surprised how small it actually was and how little it addressed the major issues in balance in the game for 1v1 and team games. So my opinion is the balance wasn't necessarily ready and they wanted to get the new content out first. And I really do think they're going to be coming hard with a hammer here to really iron out some of the issues. And we know many of the issues. We've been experiencing them for quite a while now. I think more than 2 months. It's been the same meta for about 3. So relatively similar. So I'm really expecting a big balance update. Okay, so for the console community, and guys, if you are part of the console community, we are growing a console channel in the Sarge HQ Discord, so you guys are always welcome. There's a link to that in the description below. I want to welcome all of you guys to the community because I would love to see the console players teaming up and playing together in multiplayer, especially when this update hits. It's going to be a big update for consoles. It's going to feel like a brand new game. It's been basically an entire year since you guys have had any changes or updates or improvements. So I'm really excited and want to make sure that our community Discord is welcoming to you guys and there's a place for you to team up and get to know each other. So let's go ahead and take this from the top. We promised a spring update for our console edition players, and we're happy to announce that you can expect it to arrive by the end of March. This update will bring the console edition in line with our Steel Shepherd update on PC. While some PC-specific features will not be coming to console due to technical limitations and other considerations, challenges, the in-game store, and replays, we are bringing all the following content, features, and improvements to both PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So first up, the Hammer and Shield Pack will be granted to all Premium Edition owners, and it will be available for sale for everyone else. This will include the Advanced Infantry Battle Group for US, the Italian Coastal Battle Group for the Wehrmacht, the Air and Sea campaign company for the Brits in the single-player Italian campaign, and a premium cosmetic pack. In addition to this, we have 5 new maps coming to console, plus 1 rework. So as we know these maps, guys, if you've been watching Villafiore, Day 101, Benghazi, Monte Cavo, Wetlands, and a Pacino Stalemate rework, that's a lot of new maps coming to console. Very cool to see. Along with new maps, this update will also include a main menu and front-end redesign, a redesign of the first-time player experience, new player profiles, several art and visual improvements, several quality of life changes, multiplayer balance changes, and several bug fixes. So something you don't always see in console games and console ports, but I'm really happy to see the game getting love, and I hope updates for console are quicker following this large update. Now, some community stuff, guys. Looks like they're doing a frontline mobilization community event. So this is going to be we're challenging players to deploy 12 million units in multiplayer or single player between February 27th and March 5th. So roughly 1 week. If the community comes together to accomplish this goal, we'll be unlocking special profile customization options for all players. This will be the first time we're trying a social challenge like this. So show us what you got. Very cool. I think this is awesome. So we're going to get a big influx of active players during this week. And let's work together to try and get this. I would love to get whatever this is. What's funny is if we don't hit this challenge, I wonder if we're just not going to get any rewards. I mean, they might push it for the next challenge to see if we can get it. But ideally, we should be able to get every challenge they throw at us. 12 million units. I have no idea or reference how difficult this would be in a week. I don't know what the average amount of units deployed in a week is, like right now. But I wonder, this is definitely going to have implications on the meta. You're going to see a lot of spam for sure. That's really cool. And I wonder if it's just multiplayer or skirmish. I'm not sure. Also, for 1 week after release of the 1-year anniversary update, players can complete 3 special anniversary challenges in-game. These will be in addition to our regular daily and weekly challenges, but each will be worth a whopping 800 merit for a total of 2,400 extra merit to be earned during COH3's 1-year anniversary. So they're going to have these 3 updates, guys. You can go ahead and read them. I like to see more opportunities for merit, but I also would like to see, more options in the store. The store has been the same since early last year. So I don't know what's going on there. And I know they don't want to make it a money grab and a cash grab and all that, but I would love to see some more options. I personally want to spend my merit, my gold, and even my cash on things to support Relic, but also too just to be able to have options to customize my army and my profile. So I really hope that picks up some steam. Looks like we have some Twitch takeovers, guys. Here, AE, Elpern, Tightrope, Lady Ritsu, Fitzbro, Grey Shot, Momo, Ironcast. So you can check this out on this breakdown here. Pretty cool. Don't miss out the community-led map making contest. So the Co-World Builders 2024 map making competition is well underway. And features 7 player submitted maps that can be tested right now by all players in the Steam Workshop. So very, very cool. The winners of the competition will be crowned in March. So for more details, you can check out GB Pirate's YouTube channel or find the maps on the Steam Workshop. Okay, and then we have the Company of Heroes 3 Resurgence Cup by AE, kicking into high gear on March 2nd. So, roughly a week after the release of the update. This 1v1 tournament will be a $4,000 prize pool. That's pretty big. And will feature an innovative 4v4 and 2v2 losers bracket where players can make a resurgence back to the finals. That's interesting. That's a really, really cool idea. I don't know how that's going to work, but it looks like they're just going to take the players in the losers bracket, team them up, and throw them back into the 1v1 pool. That's interesting. Where players can make a resurgence back to the finals. Catch all the action on AE's Twitch and YouTube, with the finals taking place on March 10th. That's really cool. So look forward to this Resurgence Cup coming with a new balance change and a new update. It's going to be a breath of fresh air for sure. Finally, we've also been debuting a special video segment from AE and Tightrope during our February 22nd live stream. You won't want to miss it. There's a lot happening in the coming weeks, so be sure to follow all our channels to celebrate with us. So very cool, guys. This update, this 1-year anniversary update, I think is going to be a really good one. I'm looking forward to seeing a massive amount of balance changes, hopefully, and 7 new maps, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but 5 to 7 maps is incredible. It's going to really shake up the game and make it exciting to play. If you did enjoy this content, guys, if you love COH3, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. It does really help support the channel. Also, check out the Sarge merch shop. You can find that in the link in the description below as well. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.